Our Adventure Sunday?
Yeah, I guess it is.
Is it?
Maggie, I don't know if Maggie's happy about it yet, but she will be. So we have a day that is supposed to be in the mid-50s here. It's supposed to be in the 60s closer to the Piedmont, in the 40s in the mountains. So using the logic that it's going to get colder in the mountains sooner, Lynn and I are going to head up to, I don't know, we thought about going to Doughton Park, which we've never been to together, but Lynn went to maybe 20, 25 years ago. But in doing the research...
Looks like it's closed. I'm not really sure, so...
Yeah. I guess the trails will still be there, but there's no facilities.
Yeah.
So if you go visit that, I don't know that it's a good place to just go for a day hike. We also have not been to Price Lake, which is another park up there on the Blue Ridge Parkway. We haven't been there in a while, so we're not sure. You'll find out when we find out, but for now, we're going to roll the window down and let Maggie have a little bit of looking for squirrels time as we leave our driveway and head up to the Blue Ridge Parkway. We're glad you're along with us. As you can see, there are still a few pretty trees along the ride to the Blue Ridge Parkway, but the further up we get, the more brown and empty the leaves become. Come along for a ride on the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Down a brand new adventure. Step up, step out and enter in. There's no time for stalling. The wild is calling.
After a little over 20 miles, we made it to Price Lake. Walk along with us on this 2.3 mile trail. So we made it to Price Lake and we're walking around that lake, and it's a pretty cool little trail. Me filming you, filming me, filming you.
Filming me. Walking through the campground on the lake side of the park. I'm sure there's no hookup. Mostly primitive sites, tent sites. But there is a park on the other side. Campground on the other side of it that way. Very pretty. There's a bathhouse.
Notice, look at on my goofy Elmer Fudd hat. It's a little cold out here, but it's a really nice walk. It
is.
So this is the, I guess, the Price Lake campground. Some of them are RV campsites, and some look like they're only
tent only.
Tent only, like right over here. Yeah, tent only there.
But we could actually park in that. So.
We could, if they didn't. I wonder if we brought a tent.
We could bring our room.
We could just bring a room and set it up and then just sneak up and sleep in the van.
Sometimes people think that's a tent.
They do.
Yeah.
So this is a really pretty place.
They have a little amphitheater here. It's pretty cool. If you look really close, there's somebody out there in a canoe. Wow. I bet it's cold out there on the water. Just pretty cool.
awesome there, isn't it?
Yep. You want some water? It's gonna be cold if you get in. Just don't go out any further. Don't get your sweater wet. So they also have a boat launch here. You can pull down. And a little dock. And I think in the summertime, when they're open, they rent kayaks. Seen a couple people on canoes. Telling you how to launch.
Yeah, how to, if you need assistance launching from a wheelchair. That's really
That's
neat.
pretty cool. Trying to get me to fall.
No, I don't want you to fall. But if you do, I don't want to waste it. Lynn likes making pictures and videos of mushrooms. What are those things?
Lichens or something?
They're not mushrooms, are they?
Huh, not mushrooms.
You're on your own and you're all alone. Your better days are gone, gone, gone. Sing for the weekend, head first in the deep end. Sing as loud as you can. Sing for the weekend, sing for the weekend. Small town, change your names and settle down. Yeah, you leave behind your broken heart, everything that's torn apart, everything you've ever lost. Sunday brings a brand new start. Sing for the weekend, head first in the deep end. Sing as loud as you can. Sing for the weekend, sing for the weekend.
So today at home it was supposed to get up to 60. Up in the mountains where we are, it was supposed to get into the mid-50s. I believe it may have made it. Lynn and I probably would prefer to be in sunny Florida. Usually by this time of year we are. But since we're not, we've made the most of it. We drove up to the Blue Ridge Parkway from our home. We drove about 20 miles on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and we ended up at Price Lake, taking a little bit more than a 2-mile hike around the lake, and it's been a beautiful time together. We've learned as we've gotten older to make the most of every day. And today, making the most of every day means going out and finding beauty. It's not very hard to do when you're on the Blue Ridge Parkway though. The leaves may have mostly fallen off, but it's still really, really pretty here.
So what'd you think of our hike today?
I loved it. I'm hungry.
I know, you're starving, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
So what'd you learn? Coming back here?
Mm-hmm.
When it's warm, bring our paddle boats out, maybe camp here, ride our bikes on the parkway.
Yeah.
All kinds of things to do.
What? Ride our bikes on the parkway?
Yeah. We see a lot of bikers on the parkway. You don't think you can do that?
They're probably a lot more fit than you and I are.
Probably.
Don't you think?
We could try. There's a lot more trails than what we did today. We just walked around the lake. But there's another campground across the road. There's lots of trails over there. There's Sims Pond that we pass on the way. There's a really nice trail over there.
You're not very far from Blowing Rock either.
Yep. So lots of things to do in Blowing Rock. Lots of places to eat. It's a beautiful place. We'll be back.
I think so too. Love you, sweetie.
Sing for the weekend, head first in the deep end. Sing as loud as you can. Sing for the weekend, sing for the weekend. So we should lose track, we should never look back. We'll find a small, small town.